And this is what we're going to be talking about today. Some more hands involving third hand play. And that's when you're a defender and the opponent and your partner leads a suit. Very often you should play you should play as third hand, and very often you should play high. And I will be talking about doing that and also how high to play. And the other important topic is unblocking. When you've got two cards remaining, it's often a very good idea to play high from two remaining cards. So we'll look at those aspects of third hand play. So to start off with, let's have a look at a simple example here where you are East, you're defending against a contract of 3 no trump. Your partner leads the 6 of spades, down comes dummy, and it's normal for you to play the king here, play third hand high. Especially in a no trump contract, your partner has almost certainly led their best suit. And by leading a low card, they should have hopefully a 4 or 5 card suit with at least one honor in it. And you do your best to set up the suit by playing third hand high. Do interrupt me if you have any questions on that. What if you had the same lead, but you had the king and queen? Well, now you're going to play one of your honors, and you may think it may not matter, but the correct honor to play there is the queen. In other words, the bottom card of any touching honors. And we'll see in a moment how your partner may be able to use that information to make some deductions about the missing cards. Or if you happen to have, say, 3 cards, a sequence of honors, queen, jack, 10, then the right card to play when your partner leads a 6 is the 10, the bottom of any sequence there. And that play of the 10 is exactly the opposite as to what you would play if you were leading this suit. So if you're on lead and decided to lead from this suit, you would lead the queen, the top of a sequence, but third hand, you play the bottom of any sequence. So let's have a look at a few more examples of this and see how your partner can use this. Let's imagine that we'll look at this from West's point of view, and you've decided to lead the 4th highest from king 10, 8, 6. You lead the 6, your partner plays the jack, and declarer wins this trick with the ace. And I've got the first poll for you of the afternoon, which is who has the queen of spades? So don't answer verbally, but in a moment I'm going to launch a poll. And the question is, who do you think's got the queen of spades? Okay, let's end the poll and share the results with you. And the vast majority here have gone for East, with a small number going for South or saying can't tell. Well, let's switch back to the show. And declarer has just won this trick with the ace. If they also had the queen, it would be very strange for them to play the ace rather than the queen. So when the jack loses to the ace, I think you can be pretty certain, unless declarer is doing something very sneaky, that your partner has the queen. And your partner had the queen and the jack, and they were correct to play the bottom of that 2-card sequence, play the jack. So yes, I think it's very likely indeed that your partner has the queen rather than declarer. Not completely impossible for South to have it, but if they did, they would be playing a strange card to perhaps to try to confuse the opponents. What about this one? This time your partner plays the queen, you make the same lead, and declarer wins with the ace. The question on this one is who has the jack? Is it East, is it South, or can't you tell? Let's have a look at the results. And most of you here have gone for South, 70%. with a small number going for east and 17% going for can't tell. Well, let's have a look at this. And the answer, actually, you know the answer to this as soon as your partner plays the queen. Because if your partner had the queen and the jack, they should have played the jack. So even without seeing what declarer plays, whether they win this with the ace or not, as soon as your partner plays the queen, it means they do not have the jack. So the layout is going to be something like this. And you as West should realize that the play of the queen means, yes, the majority of you are right, that South is sitting there with the jack. How does this matter? What does this mean? Well, it does matter because it means that if, for example, you as West later on gain the lead in another suit, if you play a spade, you should realize you may well be giving a trick to declarer with their jack. So this might not be a safe suit to lead if you as West gain the lead. On the other hand, if East gains the lead in another suit, spades is a great suit to play because you've forced out the ace, and if you carry on in spades, leading the 9 here, you will trap declarer's jack in this situation. So there are certain deductions to be made by the card that's played, but first of all, you have to follow the rules about the correct card to play in third hand. Do interrupt me if you have any comments on that. How about this one? This time you've got a 5-card suit, ace, 10, 8, 5, 2. You lead the 4th highest, the 5. Your partner plays the jack, and declarer wins with the king. And the next poll question is, who has the queen of spades here? Is it East? Is it South? Or can't you tell? I'll give you a moment to think about that. Let's have a look at the results. And this time we've got more of a split. The majority have said East, 1 person said South, and 39% said can't tell. And the correct answer is that you cannot tell. So there are 2 possibilities here. One is that your partner has the queen and the layout is something like this. And in that case, they would be right to play the queen when they also, sorry, they would be right to play the jack when they also have the queen, and declarer might have won that one with the king. Or the other possibility is that declarer's got the king and the queen, and your partner's jack loses to the king. And both of those are possibilities. So the correct answer is you cannot tell. And South here is under no obligation when the jack is played to play the queen, right? They can play the king or the queen. And in fact, probably playing the king is the better option because it hides the location of the queen from West's point of view. So the answer to that is can't tell. And if most of you did not get that right, but if you have any comments or questions, do interrupt me and let me know. Otherwise, I'll go on to the next example. Let's have a look at some more examples of what to play third hand. Here you've got the ace, jack, 8. Your partner needs the 6 of spades. This is normally on opening lead, let's say, but it could also apply later on in the play. And the 6 of spades is played, and the question is, what are you going to play from your hand? The ace, the jack, or the 8? The contract is 3, no trump. And just tell me what you think he should play. Here comes the poll on that. Let me share the results. And almost all of you have gone for the ace of spades there. And that is correct. Third hand should play high in this situation, and you should play the ace, and of course that wins the trick. And the second question is, if you now decide to continue with this suit, which you presumably will, which card do you play now, the Jack or the 8? Let me end that poll there. And this time, the vast majority of you have gone for the Jack, with a small number going for the 8. And that is correct. With 2 remaining cards, you should play back the higher of them. The layout could easily be something like this. So first key play, of course, was to win the ace and then play back the Jack. If you made the mistake of winning the ace and then playing back the 8, what could happen is that declarer might then play the queen, and although your partner can win that trick with the king, when they play a third round, you will win the third trick with your Jack, and you will have blocked the suit. You might be able to get back to your partner in another suit, or you might not. But if you play correctly, you'll win the first trick with the ace, play back the Jack, and then whatever happens, whatever South plays, you'll be able to take all 5 tricks there. Any comments on that? Anyone from those who didn't choose the correct card there? Okay. So that's the important thing on this this kind of layout. Play third hand high and then high from 2 remaining cards. Same situation applies here. Here you've got the King Jack, and if your partner leads a suit, you play the king here, and if the king wins, you would then lead back the Jack. When is it not right to play the king here? Well, it's if in a situation where you can see the queen in dummy. So here, it's pretty clear if declarer plays low from dummy with the queen there, that you don't need to play your king. You've got the queen trapped, and you play the Jack. Now, if the Jack wins the trick, that's great. Then you will lead this suit back, and when you lead it back, you will lead the king and then another card. It's very likely here that your partner's got the ace over there, and played that way, you can trap the queen in dummy. It's a very similar situation if you've got something like the ace Jack 5. If there's no high card in dummy, the right card to play there is the ace. But if there's an honor in dummy like the queen, you should play the Jack there. And if the Jack wins the trick, the layout could easily be something like this. So if you win the first trick with the Jack, you will then continue with this suit. And it's important, of course, to play high from 2 remaining. Play the ace now, then the 5, and then your partner will be able to make all 4 spade tricks. If you make the mistake of winning the Jack and then playing a low card, then your partner will have to play the king to win it, and you can win the third trick with the ace, but then that will be it unless you can get back to your partner's hand. So all very important examples there. And just to summarize it, third hand play high, but play the lowest of 2 or more touching honors. But if there is an honor in dummy, try to keep it covered. Try to trap it if you can, if you've got an honor on both sides of it. And when you're left with 2 cards, you should generally be playing high from 2 remaining cards. It's the same as if you're on lead, leading a doubleton, you lead the top card of a doubleton. Okay, let's have a look at a few examples of this involving some hands, some full hands. And let's have a look at this one here, where South opened 2 no trump, North bid Stayman, South bid 3 diamonds, and North bid 3 no trump. And your partner led the 6 of diamonds. And this was these are examples of hands that were actually played where most of the defense didn't find the right defense. But the right defense here is if a low card is played from dummy, of course, you don't play your ace here. It's very likely your partner's got the king here. So you play your jack is the first important thing to play. And if that wins a trick, then to unblock, you play back the ace and then the 5. And assuming your partner's got the king, they'll be able to make 4 diamond tricks. If we bring up the 4 hands, you can see after this, Declarer's got the spades and the hearts, but they may well try to play the clubs by finessing. So if they get down to this situation, they might lead a club and you can make 1 more trick with the king and hold Declarer to 8 tricks on that one. Like I said, when this was played, most declarers made their contract, whereas it really should have been defeated. Here's another one. Here it's gone 1 diamond, your partner overcalled a spade, 2 clubs, you passed, 3 no trump. Your partner plays the queen of spades, and whatever is played from dummy, I hope you can see that East must unblock here. Your partner's got a sequence, presumably headed by the queen, and it's very important for you to play the king here so that otherwise you may end up blocking the suit. If I bring up the 4 hands and click on the GIB link, the computer here is telling you that the only way to defeat this contract is to play the king. If you play low, then you may well end up blocking the suit with your king. So play the king. If Declarer doesn't win that one, play a spade back. And at some point, your partner is going to get in here. Declarer will cash their club tricks, but at some point they may try a diamond. Your partner will get in, and now we'll be able to run the remaining spade tricks. So played that way, you will be defeated again and just make 8 tricks on that one. Any comments on that one? I hope that means you're all following. Let's try another one. Again, when this one was played, it should have been defeated, but most people didn't defeat it. Your partner leads the 5 of spades, and of course, the card you must play here is the ace. Okay, and having won the ace, you need to return the jack, high from 2 remaining. This was actually the layout when this was played, and a lot of declarers managed to make this contract because East then didn't play the jack, they played the 8. The queen lost to the king, but now East is in the embarrassing position of winning trick 3 with the jack and cannot get back to their partner. So the right play is high from 2 remaining. That means your partner, you've unblocked now the jack, and your partner will be able to make the remaining spade tricks. Okay, any comments on that one? And let me try one more. I've got a poll on this one. It's got 1 no trump, 3 no trump. Your partner leads the 3 of hearts, which is presumably their best suit. Declarer plays the 10, and you play the queen. You win this trick with the queen of hearts. And I've got the final poll of the afternoon for you. Having won the queen of hearts, what are you going to play back? Have a little think about it. And in a moment, I'll launch a poll. And the question is, you've just won the queen of hearts. What are you going to play now? Think about which card you're going to play. Okay, let's have a look at the results. And most of you went for the king of hearts, 19% for the 6 of hearts, and 19% went for a club. No one chose a spade or a diamond. So let's see, what do we think about this? sorry, that's the wrong one. This one here, I think. Yeah, sorry, this one. Yeah. So, well, what do we think about this? Well, your partner has led the 3 of hearts. That should be their best suit. Although it's not much of a suit, they should have at least one honor in it. And it looks like the honor they have in it must be the jack, because you can account for all the other honors here. So this is a good suit as you had help to your partner. And you want to carry on in this suit, but it's very important for you to play the king here to unblock. You may think it's a terrible waste, but if we bring up the 4 hands, you can see that the right card to play here is indeed the king. And in fact, if I click on the GIB button, you'll see that that's the only card that will defeat the contract. Any other lead, declarer will be able to make 3 no trump +1. And I hope you can see that leading a low heart is no good, because declarer will take the ace, but then your king will be blocking the suit and your partner won't be able to make their heart tricks. Once you see it, which most of you did, yes, you must play back the king, unblock there. And because you've got the ace of diamonds and another heart, you know you'll be able to get in and play back heart. So if they play a diamond, you might not take it initially, but perhaps on the second time you will take it, and now you can switch to a heart, and you can see that your partner will be able to take the remaining hearts. They don't need to play their jack here. They can just play the 8 and cash their remaining heart tricks. So played that way, declarer will just make 8 tricks on that one. And a similar situation arises. This is exactly the same hand, but suppose when your partner leads the 3 of hearts, suppose declarer plays the ace from dummy. Well, now again, you have to think about unblocking, and the right card for you to play here is one of your honors, so that you don't block the suit. Again, if I bring up use the GIB button, it will say you must play the king or the queen. The normal card actually to play when you've got the king or the queen and you're throwing one away is to play the king. And then again, when they play diamonds, you will get in, and now you will play high from 2 remaining, play the queen, and then over to your partner's remaining heart tricks. And again, played that way, declarer will be held to 8 tricks there.
Tony,
so yes.
Yeah, in the previous hand, if you hadn't got an ace in your hand to get back in with, does the situation change slightly?
No, not in the slightest. Thank you for that question. Yes, imagine your partner happened to have the ace of diamonds instead of you. It's still the same.
You need to unblock, yeah.
You need to unblock. If you play low here, then you'll be left with a high honor. And when your partner gets in with their ace of diamonds, they'll play a heart, and you'll win, and you'll block the suit again.
Yeah.
So regardless of whether you have a possible entry here or not, it's right to unblock. Thank you for that question. Are there any other questions? Okay, so most of you got most of those right, which is very encouraging. As I say, the game has got a few examples of this. But apart from that, I will stop sharing my screen with you now. And let me just end that. And that's it for the talk. The game is starting at 2 o'clock. If anyone needs a partner, you can speak up now.